Twitch. Ugh. What up, Twitch? Shoot, guess I'm not even supposed to be live today. What up, Stacey? Welcome. You're my first person. I'm waiting for the rest of the folks to hop on so we can get into the chat for today. Okay, goodbye. Hey, babe. What up, Tara? Did you figure out your stuff, Tara? Did you get your stuff figured out? Thanks, babe. You guys are my first two people. Well, yeah, technically, my first two people. So, I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the rest of the folks to come on. Working on it. Okay. Thank you. I have the light shining on me. I have another light so I can get the studio situated the way I need it to. We'll jump into it because technically, like I said, I'm not supposed to even be on here today, but here we go. Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everybody else is good? Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everybody else is good? And then take a listen to it.
Do they never think about their own happiness?
You know what's interesting? My wife often says she just wants me happy. And I tell her, happiness is like any emotion, it's fleeting. It comes and goes. No emotion is, you're never in a constant state of happiness, joy. The only thing that you can possibly maintain is peace. And that becomes possible when you understand that peace is not a place. It has to be within
What
you
up, Big Mo?
before it can be around you.
Why aren't men?
Okay, what up, Twitch? Hey, Mr. Buttchin, how are you? Tara said, I think people ignore their own happiness. I'm with you, Tara. I don't think it's, sorry, fellas, I don't think it's a man or a woman thing. I think people do ignore their own happiness. Staka fellow, what up? Mr. Buttchin said, doing good, how about yourself? Cannot complain. It's Friday. Happy TGIF. What up, Reem? Today's topic is, do men ignore their own happiness? Babe said, happy wife, happy life. Do men ignore their own happiness? Men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good is what, this guy, I guess, basically was saying. I got some new folks on here, so we'll play the clip back again. Take a listen.
Condition, or why do they never think about their own happiness?
You know what's interesting? My wife often says she just wants me happy.
What up,
and I tell
1985?
her,
You'll love this topic
happiness
today.
is like any emotion. It's fleeting. It comes and goes. No emotion is, you're never in a constant state of happiness, joy. The only thing that you can possibly maintain is peace. And that becomes possible when you understand that peace is not a place. It has to be within you before it can be around you.
Why aren't men?
I like what he just said there. So today's topic is, do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good? Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good? Mr. Buttchin on Twitch said, as a single man, all I care about is my happiness. That part, as you should. You are a single man, Mr. Buttchin. So you should focus solely on your happiness. I guess if you were in a relationship, though, do you sacrifice, if you've been in a relationship before, have you sacrificed your happiness to make, other people around you happy? Babe said, I think it's pretty easy to make a man happy, by the way. But yeah, we definitely look out for others more than we do ourselves. So you agree with this statement here that men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good. I'm kind of in agreement though with Tara. I feel like everybody, comes to a point where they ignore their own happiness. 1985 said, unfortunately, a lot of us grew up letting women tell us what a real man is or what a good man is. So that's why you ignore your own happiness? Just curious. Babe said some men or most men, but the successful ones focus on their own. Yeah, maybe. Butchin said, if I had a good relationship, then yeah, I do my best to keep them happy. You said you would do your best to keep them happy. Okay, then. I think happiness, though, should be a two-way street. I think, it's not fair if one party is happy and then the other party is miserable. Because how is that relationship going to work or thrive? So I'm with, like I said, Tara was on here, and I'm kind of with Tara, and what she said. I liked what she said. I think people ignore their own happiness, and I'm with her. I think people will push their happiness to the side, especially if they really love you, to appease the people that they're with. Just my opinion. But yes, today's topic is, do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good? Take a listen. Take a listen. I'm trying to get it to play. What is going on here?
Interesting. My wife often says she just wants me happy. And I tell her, happiness is like any emotion, it's fleeting. It comes and goes. No emotion is, you're never in a constant state of happiness, joy. The only thing that you can possibly maintain is peace. And that becomes possible when you understand that peace is not a place. It has to be within you before it can be around you.
Oh,
Why aren't men
peace is a place. I like it. Because he's right. Your happiness does fluctuate, Tara said, sacrifice isn't male or female. Clock that T, Tara. I sacrificed a lot for others. I wasn't happy. Now I'm on the life stage of me, as you should be. I say all my single folks, if you single, you're not married, you should focus, and you're not in a relationship, you should focus on, making yourself happy. Because at the end of the day, if you're not happy with yourself, then how are you going to be in a relationship to make somebody else happy? 1985 said, we put the village before us. What up, Tizzle? We put the village before us. Like I said yesterday, humans are communal. I think I said that right. Are we the stronger of the two? So we have to put the family before us. All right. So if I have any new folks, which was Tizzle, do men ignore their own happiness? Hey, Keta, do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good around them? Do men ignore their own happiness? Is the question today. What up, friend? Mendel, what up, friend? Upstate. My Greenville crew checking in. Appreciate you for tuning into the live. Today's live is, do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good? Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everybody else is good? Like I said, I'm kind of with Tara. I think, people kind of ignore their own happiness, if that makes sense. To make other people around them feel better about their lives, I don't think it's just a man thing. I'm sorry, 1985. I think women out here sacrifice their happiness too. So, yeah. So that's the question. Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure other people around them are good? Sorry, y'all. Allergies. My nose. Do men ignore other people's happiness to make sure everybody around them is good? 1985 said, the real question is, do the people we do it for truly... That part. The real question is, do the people we do it for truly appreciate it and know what it takes to provide for them? Or do they take it for granted? Say that again, 1985. One more time for the folks in the back. Woo! The worst thing is an ungrateful ass person. Child. Brandon said, no, I love my happiness. Would like to have my happiness with someone. Be careful what you ask for, Brandon. Your happiness should be with you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that comes along should compliment that, but they shouldn't define that. You understand what I'm saying? Your happiness should come from within you. Like, it shouldn't require, even though I know you said you're happy, but and even if you have somebody in your life, you have them, you guys go together, you break up, your happiness will continue after that. Babe said, every man different, the more caring ones do. But men about their business make sure their happiness is good. Not all of them do that. I'm sure all of them, make sure that the family is good. You got some celebrities that are family men. Not all of them are out here whoring and making 20, 50 babies everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Now you got some that hold it down and probably care about, but I feel like it, like I said, I feel like it's a two-way street, I think both parties should be happy in a relationship. I don't believe in the happy wife, happy life. It should be happy spouse, happy life, you know what I'm saying? Because both partners should be happy in their situation. What's the majority? I didn't say majority. I feel like maybe there are probably some men that have money that, focus on themselves, but then you have some that are focused on their family and making sure that their family is good. So I'm not saying all of them, though, but there are some out there. They're not all like that just is me, because you have like, what's his name on Twitch, Mr. Buttchin on here, who said he is, a single man who only cares about his happiness. So right now, he's in a selfish phase. Nothing wrong with it. I don't think anything's wrong with it. I think everybody should have a selfish phase, you know what I'm saying, where it's solely about you and nobody else. Babe said most focus on themselves. I'm gonna be real. I don't know the percentage. I can't sit here and go back and forth about the percentages, but you know what I'm saying? There are some that focus on their family. Not all of everybody that has money is just a terrible individual and doesn't give a F and doesn't care. Babe said, be surprised just because he helped one person, they do that for the look. Hey, mama, you'll like this topic today. We're talking about do we ignore men's happiness, or do men ignore their own happiness? Excuse me. Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good? Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good? And take a listen.
Condition, or why do they never think about their own happiness?
You know what's interesting? My wife often says she just wants me happy. And I tell her, happiness is like any emotion. It's fleeting. It comes and goes. No emotion is, you're never in a constant state of happiness, joy. The only thing that you can possibly maintain is peace. And that becomes possible when you understand that peace is not a place. It has to be within you before it can be around you.
Why aren't men?
I love it. Peace has to be within you before it can be around you. Speak that, talk that talk. I love it. But he's right, though. Peace has to be within you in order for it to be around you. Because if you ain't got peace, Yeah, Babe said, yeah, feeling change. What are you talking about, babe? Feeling change? Yeah, feelings do change. Okay, I understand what you're talking about. What he was talking about. Yeah, happiness, like he said, is a fleeting thing. One week you could be up, next week you could be down. But anyway, yes, it's a fleeting thing. So what are our thoughts, Mama? I know you probably got a lot to say about this right here. Do we ignore men's happiness, or do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good? Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good? So, Babe said, so you never know. Yeah, you never know. You know, just a mix of things. You never know. So, but that's the topic. Let's play it back again so you can hear it.
Condition, or why do they never think about their own happiness?
You know what's interesting? My wife often says she just wants me happy. And I tell her, happiness is like any emotion, it's fleeting. It comes and goes. No emotion is, you're never in a constant state of happiness.
Well, sorry, y'all. Mama said men are never happy.
Happiness, joy. The only thing that you can possibly maintain is peace, and that becomes possible when you understand that peace is not a place. It has to be within you before it can be around you.
Why aren't men conditioned or
Mama said men are never happy. Well, Mama, preaching to the church today. Look who want to come on the thing. And our women, LOL, that's not a gender thing. It happens to men and women. That's what I was saying earlier. I don't feel like it's, Rashad?
Is it not?
I can't see you. Yeah, I can't see you.
Alright.
Hold on, I'm gonna pop. Huh?
Pick me out.
Are you at the airport?
No, I'm in Vegas.
Oh, damn. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta see this. Hold on. Kicking you out. Bye.
Alright.
And our women, LOL, it's not Jeanette. So going back to what I was saying, I don't think it's a gender thing either. I think it's, I think people just in general ignore their own happiness. What up, got you, Open ENT? We are talking about, do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else around them is good? Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everybody else around them is good? Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure other people, and then I'll play this clip back and then maybe we'll get Rashad on here.
Condition, or why do they never think about their own happiness?
You know what's interesting? My wife often says she just wants me happy. And I tell her, happiness is like any emotion, it's fleeting. It comes and goes. No emotion is, you're never in a constant state of happiness, joy. The only thing that you can possibly maintain is peace, and that becomes possible when you understand that peace is not a place. It has to be within you before it can be around you.
Why aren't men...
Okay, there we go. 1985 said, do you know how much effort it takes to keep a woman and children provided for and happy? This isn't much room for our happiness. That's why we go so hard to have a man cave in the crib. Not if you go on 50-50. You mean the equal effort that it takes for you both to put in the work so that you can make the household flow and provide for the children. Because the way that some of y'all be on here talking about how y'all want these women to go 50-50 with you should be no complaints, okay? You got 50-50. She's helping contribute to the household, so you don't have to go and work 2 or 3 jobs, and you can spend time with the children, because that's what y'all said y'all wanted, right? You want to spend time with the children, so... I hear you, 1985, and we could say that's the case if this woman is a straight at home mama, and that's all her responsibility is to do, is take care, hold the house down and the kids. But if you got a woman that is getting out here and going just as hard as you, it's our own soulless. Mama said, not the men I know. Their happiness matter more than anyone else. What up, ATL Uncut? Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Got you open T. What's up? Hopefully you got the topic. Got you open T said, I have not everyone, just my wife and children. You have put your happiness to the side to make sure everybody was good. Got you open ENT. Okay, Rashad, let me see if I can add you again. Let me see if I can add you. 1985 said, there you go. 1985 said, okay, Mr. Cool, in Vegas. What you doing in Vegas?
I had my conference.
Oh, okay.
That I told you.
How did that go?
Nah, shit show. But
Really?
I do my part.
You got paid, right?
Everybody else gotta do that. Oh no, I was good.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes it be like that. Trust me, I
Yeah,
know.
a whole lot.
Sometimes it be
Yeah.
like that. I know. 1980. Okay, so this is what we're talking about today before I get into 1985's comment. We're talking about, do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good? Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good?
A lot of men do that because it's expected. No one expects for the man to be happy. Very few people expect for the man to actually be happy. And that's just the bottom line.
Where are y'all meeting these people that don't want y'all to be happy? I'm just saying.
So here's the deal. There's always the expectation as a man does the most sacrificing. The man is supposed to ensure that the wife is taken care of. The man is supposed to make sure that the children are taken care of. Very few people ever include that the man is supposed to also ensure that the man is taken care of. I'm going to educate you real quick on something that I talked to my mentees about. The majority of men out here, we wear several different hats. I don't want to hear about women wearing hats as well. Yes, that's true. But I'm only talking about men right now. Majority of the men have to wear several different hats. We have the husband hat, the father hat, the employee hat, the business owner hat. We have the coach hat. We have the community organizer hat. All these different hats. And we're switching hats all the time. We're switching them all the time. But very few times are we allowed to take all of the hats out to reveal the head that was underneath the hats. The head is who the man actually is. Women don't understand that there is a battle that most good men, I'm not talking about the trashy dudes, most good men face an issue that they lose themselves in everything that's around them. And we wonder why they're frustrated, and we wonder why all of these different things, we wonder why it's hard for them to communicate and all these other things. It's because very few women allow a man to completely remove all his hats so that the person that who he was before he accepted all of these roles has a space as well.
Okay, let me read some of these. Let me read some of these comments. 1985 said 50-50. You make 50-50 sound like a cardinal sin. Laughing my ass off. I'm speaking from the standpoint of a provider. My girl only pays the internet and the lawn guy. Okay, well, everybody's situation isn't the same, 1985. So, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure if your girl works. Yes, I do make 50-50 sound like a cardinal sin, because this is something you new age men have come up with that you want women to do. And then you talk about your happiness when we out here helping you, trying to lighten your load by getting out here and working a 9 to 5. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Got you open ENT said, for some men in today's society, women make more money to the average. Brandon said, I like your broad shoulders and earrings. Thank you, Brandon. Babe, that's a laugh. Got you open ENT said, yes, I have. And as a Sony dad, my children came before anything. And Babe said, okay, Rashad, looking like a player. Everybody talk about your glasses. And Mama said, you got some color, Rashad. And Got you open ENT said, what up, King? And Got you open ENT said, the house and the cars. And Babe said, okay, good point. And Got you open ENT said, true. Babe said, preaching. Speak a little louder, babe, just a little bit. And Dee Dee, did you ever watch the show Married with Children? Of course I did. Of course I do. What's the point to that? What's the point to that? You shaking your head, Rashad, so you must understand what his point is going to be.
So
It might be Rashad why I keep going in and out, because his thing.
Oh,
Okay.
I put it on mute when I'm not talking.
Okay.
But married children, I think the point he's trying to make is that is really, that's a part of what I was talking about. Because Al, he has gotten so frustrated because of the fact that the expectation was for him to always, be doing things for Peg and, making sure that the kids are taken care of. Al rarely got an opportunity to escape. And it's hilarious that you bring that up, because something that I talked to my partners about, there was an organization that Al was a part of. It was called NOMAD.
Mm-hmm.
It's an acronym. The National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood. Basically,
that was on the show?
It was a group of all married men that just needed to get away for a second, to get away from the wives. And me and my partners, we were supposed to get some No Ma'am t-shirts that come out here to Vegas, but I forgot about it. But no, Married with Children was ahead of its time, because it talks about a lot of the challenges, that men faced, in silence, right? Peggy didn't want to do anything. She didn't want to cook. She
didn't want to work either.
Say it again.
She didn't work either.
He didn't work?
No, she didn't work. She was a stay-at-home. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my point. She didn't work. She didn't want to work. She didn't work because Al made enough money. He was a shoe salesman, Al. She didn't want to work. However, but like I said, not to, just delve too deep into that, but the point that he made about Married with Children is what I think that he was trying to say.
Well, I understand that point. If you have a wife that is not helping you out, but if you are not shouldering the hefty burden, you're not paying 80% of the bills, and you're not paying all the bills, okay? And she's still helping you in some way. Like, for real, this is my point, Rashad. I think both parties, female and male, have a tendency to put their happiness on pause for for the people that they love. I don't think it's just a male thing. I think it's male and female, and I'm not trying to be in competition.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. But the point that I made, I never said that some women don't do that. But it's expected for the man to do that. It's not necessarily expected for the women to do it. The women do it out of obligation. Women feel like, I want to make sure that my kids go here and they do all of this and they got the best this and the best that, and they intentionally put themselves over to the side. The husband never asked them to do that. The husband never had to do that. Women normally go above and beyond in that regard, to the point where sometimes the men tell them they need to chill out, and they still don't chill out. So that is on the women. Most men that are in these functioning relationships, also remember, I'm talking about functioning relationships. I'm not talking about all of these boo-boos out here, because that's just selfishness that's all over the place. I'm talking about in functional relationships. A lot of the women that are sacrificing their lives are doing that willingly. That's not a request from the man. That's
an ungrateful thing to say, though. I hate when people say, well, I didn't ask you to do it. You did it because you wanted to do it. That's very ungrateful to me. That definitely gives, yeah, it does. Because if somebody said that to me and said, well, and I've had a man say that to me when I was going back and forth to Athens picking up his ass, and he's like, well, I never asked you to do it. You did it because you wanted to do it. I did it because I thought, this was a partner. We were a team. I didn't do it because I did it because I cared about him at the time. You understand what I'm saying? So.
No, 100%. 100%. The point that I was making is that sometimes women are giving more than they have.
Yeah.
And the man recognizes that and tells the women to slow down. But they're unwilling to listen just because it's in their mind and they're moving forward. We can't make y'all do nothing. We can't. No matter how many times we put things out there and we try to tell you about certain things, some of y'all listen, sometimes you listen, but a lot of times you don't. And so it's not trying to put it on the women. The point that, like 100% with my wife. We had a conversation 2 days ago. She just got a promotion. She was so thankful. But over the last, however many years, she was beating herself up because she couldn't get anything. I
Yeah.
was trying to tell her, look, it ain't God's time. He has you in this position for a good reason. What she didn't understand is that she hired her best friend, her sorority sister,
Okay.
her line sister. She hired her, making a buttload of money. She didn't have a job. I was telling her God had you here for a purpose. She had hired a whole lot of other people that looked like you and me that wouldn't have gotten those opportunities. As soon as she brought all of those people in and then got her line sister in, bam, the promotion came. And so I've talked to her about this for years,
Yeah.
but she couldn't hear it. Sometimes y'all just be so far in your head, and I'm not, trying to blame anybody. I'm just saying the original conversation was how men are expected to put themselves second. Women aren't expected to do that, but y'all do that.
But nobody
So-
told y'all to do that though. Now I'm gonna flip it on you, but nobody told y'all.
that's not true.
Yeah.
No,
Nobody
there's
told.
100%
Who told y'all to put
there's
yourself
100%
second?
expectation.
Who?
Overall,
Who? Who?
so
I've never seen anything, saw anything where it says, men, you have to put yourself second. Because guess what? Your
Because
wife
I'm
and your
gonna show
family
you
comes
how.
first.
I'm going to show you how it comes out. It doesn't come as, man, you have to put yourself second. Watch this. If a man is in the house and he is sitting down, if the woman is up working, she is looking at him as he relaxes. She's looking at him and she's trying to figure out, why are you sitting down if I'm not sitting down? If a man wants to go out and enjoy some time with his friends, and the woman says to him, what about family time? What about family time? I want to go out and do this with the family. And then the man has to put his plans off so he can come back to family time. Those little subtle things, it's never blatant. It's never going to be blatant. But it's the actions, it's the requests, it's the requirements. And I can tell you 100%, I know a lot of married men. I know a lot of happily married men that are in situations with great women that continue to do that. And so you may not have experienced that, but I'm telling you, it's out here. And a good man will not complain. He will continue to do it, once again, because it's expected. I'm done.
Okay. Mama said, why men always want to play the victim. Ugh. Got you open ENT said exactly. He had to do it.
Not listening.
I'll let you respond. Hold on. Exactly. He had to do it and could never relax. He's talking about the Bundy. Babe said, is it all about paying bills? What the hell? I mean, we are adults, so yes, it is all about bills. Preach, brother. Trey said, babe said, Mama said, most of these men these days require you to do it. Most men these days require you to do it, not longer an obligation. It's a necessity. They say these men asking what you bring into the table as they mean financially. And babes have been telling D that, man, God got a place. For years it's been like that. Scotty Pope, the topic is and I apologize. The topic is today, do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone around them else is good? Do men ignore their own happiness to make sure everyone else is good? Babe said, I agree, Rashad, great points. All right, what up, 1985? I know you came on here. Let's go. Let's go.
What up?
How we...
No, Rashad, that's what I was, when I asked you about married with children, it's funny because he got it. That's what I was talking about, the no man thing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, if you think about it, let's say you got a family, husband, wife, 3 kids, right? You got a house, 2 cars, and let's say it all come crashing down. The house get foreclosed, cars get repossessed. Society looks at the man as the failure, and they're going to look at the women and the children as the victims. That's why when you look around the country, how many men's shelters do you think it is? When it comes to like poor and disenfranchised people, versus how many shelters there are for women, battered women, children, things like that. So yeah, I mean, we are expected to sacrifice whatever to provide. That's just the expectation. Generally, and like, I agree with you. There are women who go above and beyond, but that's not the expectation. That's why women who go above and beyond are looked at as independent, strong, blah blah blah. Whereas a man, he just looked at as he doing what he's supposed to do.
Well, I mean, if you got a problem with it, then you gonna have to take it up with the man upstairs. God, he is the one that put you as the
I
providers.
don't got no problem with it.
But see,
we pick and choose when we want to affirm these gender roles.
yeah, and so do y'all. So do y'all.
When
So do y'all.
it's convenient. You know what I'm saying?
You guys want to be providers when it's convenient for y'all. Y'all want to be leaders of the house when it's convenient for y'all.
When is it convenient? When is being a provider convenient? When is taking 80% of my income?
But that's you. You still have men out here talking about going 50-50 with women. Until you men are
I
paying.
don't even go 50-50.
Well, you are an exception because there are some men out here that still believe that women should be going 50-50 with the bills.
And you know why they want to go 50-50?
Why?
Because they not getting their money's worth when they doing all the providing. So they like, well, if I'm gonna do all this providing, still get nagged at, still get the attitude, still there's lack of this, that, and that. Let's go 50-50 then.
But you understand what I'm saying, though. You can't have it both ways, 1985. 1 second, y'all want to be the leaders and providers. Next second, you saying women over here with our rights and the feminist movement. And because we got all these rights, you have to make it make sense. That is the role that God assigned to you guys, to be the provider, the head of the household. So you either want the job or you don't want the job. And the job doesn't, for me, the job does not consist of a woman going 50-50. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
I agree. I don't got no problem with what God assigned us. But I'm saying is if I'm doing that and, you ain't getting, home cooked meals, extra submission, intimacy, all that stuff. If you doing all that and you not getting that means you're not getting your money's worth.
Let's go back into the submission thing, because I want to talk about this for a second. What do you mean by submission? She's just supposed to shut up and take what you say and not say nothing?
No, I'm saying let leadership take place without resistance.
But what does that look like? Because I get some. For me, I feel like submission is y'all just want us to shut the F up and be quiet. Don't talk back.
No,
don't say nothing.
No, I mean, it don't mean shut the F up and be quiet. It means, like I said, leadership without submission. Whenever you're in the lead position, the relationship is going haywire because y'all hormones and emotions are topsy-turvy. This is a scientific fact. This is not my opinion. So I feel like when I'm leading, things are more emotionally stable, things are more logical, things are more consistent. But y'all don't always just give that leadership over. A lot of times, dudes gotta take it. Let me tell you, a lot of dudes.
But 1985, as far as leading, like what, paying the bills, like. Give me some examples.
Leading as far as what we doing today, what we prioritizing, where we're going, what we're doing with our money, what we not about to spend no money on, what we are about to spend money on, like that type of stuff. Because a lot of times, like I said yesterday, a lot of people.
You breaking up 1985? Hold on.
They did.
You were breaking.
Hear me now?
Yeah, you were breaking up for a second. You a little blurry, but you should be good. It might be me.
Am I straight now? I'm picking my son up. So
no, you're fine.
Like
I just get so curious on what this leadership thing. What does that entail? And then what does the submissive thing entail? Because.
No, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Because I was about to say submissive, to me, it seems like y'all just want a female that just takes y'all. You can talk whatever. You can say whatever you want to the female, but she can't talk back. It's shut up and do as I say.
Nah. That's not what it is. It's not that. It's like I said, it's leadership without resistance. You know what I'm saying?
You went out. Yeah. Uh-oh.
She got a phone call. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, my phone had run. But nah, it's leadership without resistance. So basically, like, yeah, like what we doing today, where we going, what we are spending money on, what we not spending money on, what we prioritizing, what like all this stuff is what leadership entails. And a lot of times that gets met with a lot of resistance. So when people say submission, it's not like coming to America like bark like a dog. It's not that, but it's like, yo, you know, why I gotta turn up? A lot of dudes didn't experience this where they gotta turn up and then it calmed down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Can I just get that without having to turn up?
Right.
And I ain't talking about me in particular, but I'm talking about the general consensus.
Okay. Rashad, is that you? I'm gonna remove Rashad because he's spinning, so I don't know what he got going on. I'm gonna remove you, Rashad, and then try to add you back. And then let me read some of these comments, 1985, because we got a lot of comments. The people are into this today. So let me go back. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me go back. Scott Pope said, yes, we are the last on the list. Wife, kids, bills. Got to make sure everyone and everything is straight. Plus, nobody out here asking if we okay. The crazy thing is, I hear what you guys are saying, and then I'm going to read some more of these comments. I hear what you guys are saying, but my mother and my dad was definitely an alpha male. My mother paid the bills in the house. My dad didn't pay no bills. He gave her the money. She paid the bills. So I grew up seeing mama handle and hold down the household. I'm sorry. That's what I grew up seeing. Babe said, facts, let them bills get paid. They look at the men different. Facts, let them bills not get paid. They look at the men differently. I get it. Good point. We don't want to have to. It's over our head. I mean, again, I'm not the one that gave you this genetic design. God said, labeled you man, the provider, the leader. One moment y'all want to be the provider, but then you want somebody, again, the 50-50 thing.
Look, I'll take whatever bullets for the family, for the kids, for my girl. All I say is I want my man cave. When at the end of the day, after everybody that ate, after the bills is paid, everybody that ate, you know what I'm saying? Everything is good. Leave me alone. I'm in there. I'm watching a game. I'm on the PS5.
I'm with you.
That's my piece. That's my solid. As long as I can get that, I'll be the shield for the family. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Mama said,
I ain't gonna complain about our role as men. Like I take pride with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grinder. I work hard. You know, but at the same time.
But your situation's a little bit different because you do pay the bulk of your bills. So I mean, I guess with you paying the bulk of your bills, you know, you did you.
So let me ask you this: if I gotta pay all the bills to get that level of submission from you, is the love you have for me conditional?
No, that's not what I was saying. 1985. The reason why I was asking about submission is because when it comes to submission, what exactly are we talking about? Because I'm not going to just sit there and let you talk to me crazy or any kind of way. Not doing that. Sorry, I'm a black woman still at the end of the day. I'm not doing that. So.
What if you wilding out and you need to be put in your place?
Then that's another conversation. But another conversation if I'm wilding out and I need to be put in my place. But if I'm responding to something that you said and you don't like how I respond and you want to say that I'm talking crazy, is that not being submissive? Because now I said something back. I just think that's crazy. And I'm sure there are more than plenty of races of women that will cooperate with y'all demands on shutting the fuck up when y'all get into an argument. But I'm just not her. Mama said, I pay all my bills. So who is the provider? XO Blue said, if men provide, women need to be cooking If men provide, women need to be cooking and cleaning, not 50-50. Women got to take care of home. I'm with her with that. If the man is providing, I'm cooking, cleaning, I guess. What up, Super Pat? Good afternoon.
You said, but then here's another thing. Y'all don't even want to do that a lot. A lot of chicks will have the dude doing all that and still be like, I gotta.
Is he paying all the bills though?
I'm telling you, bro, and that's what I'm saying. Like me personally, I don't know what it's like to be in y'all shoes, right? Because like for me, everything in my life I got from the mud. I don't know what it's like for a woman to like have a man come in her life and he automatically starts assuming financial responsibility. I don't know what that's like. I would imagine if somebody did that for me, my gratefulness towards them would be infinite. But for a lot of women, y'all look at
No. 1985. That shoe could go another foot too. That shoe could go another foot too. 1985. What I'm saying to you is, because there's women out here who are willing and will do. Okay. And will do and go above and beyond for a man. Okay? And have gone and I said that same scenario you just said. There are women that do that as well. Go above and beyond for a person, and people are ungrateful about the situation. Babe said XO Blue said that he said thank you, XO Blue. Mama said a woman's attitude is not based on what you do. We are not puppies. XO Blue said women are will naturally submit when men do what they're supposed to do.
No. Oh, God. Let me tell you something. No. Because that level of submission and I guess whatever the word you would call femininity, that's in you. That's who you are. It's not something you can turn on or turn off based on how much bills he paying. Like, if you're that type of woman, you're that type of woman, whether your man paying 60% of the
I don't think she's talking about bills, though.
That's who you are. A lot of women, y'all make it seem like...
I don't think she's just talking about bills, though, 1985. I think she's talking about just overall. Because, yes, you can have a man paying all the bills and he can still be kicking your ass and treating you like shit.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? But does that mean does that mean you're supposed to be submissive to this man because he's paying all your bills? There are some women that will be submissive.
You know what that does mean? That means you need to leave that man and don't stay with that man out of convenience because he's paying your bills.
But there are some women that are on survival. There are some women that are on survival mode and will.
There's a lot of women that's like, the thought of going to get a job and holding down their own bills, that shit is like almost going to hell to them. So they will literally take an ass beating just because they don't want to go compete in the open marketplace.
Well, you know, there are some women that feel like they are kept women. I'm not one of them women because I'm like you, 1985. Everything that I have ever got it out the mud and still getting it out the mud. So, Tevin said, nah, let him cook.
No, Tevin, don't photographer. Y'all need to check him out.
Is he in Atlanta?
Yeah, he in Atlanta.
Oh, I might need to solicit your services, sir. I might have to holler at you. Mama said,
what's up? What's going on? Hey, peace. You too. I appreciate it, bro. See you Monday. Put your seatbelt on, my man. My bad. Just picked my son up.
No, you're fine. I don't know if Rashad, are you still on here? I was trying to get you back in, but it might not let you back in. Hold on, because we got a lot of comments. 1985 that I did not read. Mama said BS 1985. Rashad said LOL. I can't say that's a scientific fact that things go haywire with women in control. Laughing my ass off. That's wild. That was too far, bro. Mama said not all men.
No, I didn't say it's a scientific fact that things go haywire when women are control. I said it's a scientific fact that women have more chemical imbalances than us. So emotionally, that's just a scientific fact. That's not me saying, oh, women are more of this. No, it's a scientific fact. Like, y'all have more chemical imbalances. And that
well, I can't tell nowadays the way that some of these men be acting, child. They be acting just as sassy as the women. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
That's a fact.
Some of these men be just as sassy as these women now.
That's a fact.
Mama said not all men want leadership roles. She's right. Not all men want to be the leader. There are some men that is comfortable with playing the back role and letting the woman lead.
Come pay my bills. Come pay my bills.
No, I know, well, I don't know, but I've heard of a man giving his wife his whole paycheck, okay, letting her pay the bills, and she ran the household.
Yeah, I know somebody that do that. And that's like, he one of them dude. He like a super blue collar dude. He don't barely know how to use it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let her handle it.
Yeah.
All. Yeah. I know that for sure.
And my dad, he was a blue collar dude. Like I said, my mama was the one that was responsible for the bills in the household. She wrote out the checks when checks was a thing, put them in the mail. She was her. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of situations like that too. Like especially 90s, 80s.
Yeah, but my dad dictate how the money was spent. Gave her money for food shopping. Gave us money for like school shopping and stuff like that. Gave her money for Christmas and stuff like that. So he was the one that controlled the finances, but she paid the bills, if that made sense. Super Pat said, he's saying every conversation doesn't have to be a 30-minute debate. Well, who's making it a 30-minute debate? Did you hear that, 1985?
What happened? What was
Super Pat said, he's saying every conversation doesn't have to be a 30-minute debate. Is that what you're saying, Super Pat? I mean, Super Pat, 1985?
Yeah, my bad. Say it one more time. They had the loudspeaker out here.
Oh, no, you're fine. It's Friday. I know. They turned it up at school. Super Pat said he's saying every conversation doesn't have to be a 30-minute debate.
Every conversation doesn't have to be a 30. But that's what I was talking about, leadership without resistance.
Yes, that's what he was talking about. That's what he's talking about.
A lot of chicks got like what they call main character syndrome.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What's that mean?
Where it's just like, yo, chill out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we might be.
Wait, your phone was breaking up.
You just feeling got it.
All right, 19. Your phone was breaking up a little bit.
Oh wait, can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I was saying, yeah, that's what I was talking about as far as leadership without resistance. Because a lot of people got like main character syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like you feel like you just gotta be in there, makes your opinion just gotta be heard, even if you don't know that much about the subject or don't know that much about. And you know, a lot of dudes they deal with that a lot. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you dating somebody that is considered to be or consider themselves a bit more on the independent side, they're not really used to taking direction or falling in line. So when the time for that comes up, yeah, man, it's a lot of debates. A lot. If I say we going here, it could be something as simple as if we going to eat at a restaurant. You might want to argue with me about which highway I take to get there. And I'm like, yo, we take 85. No, because 20, you know, it can be anything where it's just like, yo, just be easy going and cooperative and compliant and just smooth. I'm not going to lead you down a back. Like, I love you. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Chill, like, but, you know.
Babe said, all I want is some brain and cereal after it's all said and done. Mm-hmm. Babe said they can't get put in their place. Rashad said, putting your place is a triggering statement. It is a triggering statement because I think, you know, sometimes y'all say stuff and you don't realize how you say it. And then when somebody responds back to you on the energy that you gave them, then you get in your feelings. But you can't dish something out and not take it. Expecting somebody to take, you talking is crazy. And not expecting them to say anything back is crazy. Because let's be real. If a stranger walked up to you, you be ready to fight them for less. So let's just be 100% about it. Am I lying though? If a stranger came up to you and said what you said to your woman, you would be ready to fight them. So I don't know.
I would be.
Exactly. So that's why I asked for clarification when it came to the submissive thing, because I'm like, what does that mean? You're able to sit here and talk shit to me, and I am not supposed to say nothing back.
No, I mean it ain't that you ain't supposed to say nothing.
Hey, how are you?
But it ain't necessarily that you ain't supposed to say nothing. But like I said, it's just that main character syndrome. You know what I'm saying? That thing run deep. Thing run deep. And a lot of times, no, don't press that one, because that door is broke. But that second door is broken. Don't press that button. But yeah, that main character syndrome, that joint run deep, man. You never know. Oh, I'm trying to talk. 1 second. But you got, like I said, certain levels of resistance to just basic everyday decisions. A lot of dudes want autonomy to be able to just make decisions and not have to explain itself every time you make a decision.
Okay. And I guess a lot of you feel like that is not the case. Where do you guys find these women? I'm just curious. Where do y'all find these women at?
Kroger, festivals, the deli, regular places.
Because like, was it Blue? I don't know if she's still on here. Women will submit. They will.
But it's conditional.
No. If they love you, they'll submit. If you just somebody I'm just talking to, you can't expect me from the jump to be submissive to you. If we just started out talking.
Why not?
Because, first of all, I don't even know you like that.
Well, no, I'm saying, I'm not talking about like on a first date, but I'm saying somebody who y'all have established a rapport that, hey, we kicking it.
No.
Now it's time for the submission to
No. Not even on no kicking it. We boyfriend, girlfriend. Then maybe I'm not being submissive to no nigga. I'm just
boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm not being submissive to no ninja. I'm just kicking it with.
That's only become boyfriend, girlfriend though.
No. I'm not. Yeah. No. Being submissive and you don't even know where that's headed. I don't know if I recommend that. But
well, I'm not saying be submissive like give them your credit card number or nothing like that. I'm saying when two people are dating, that's the audition right there.
You're right.
That's like so that feminine submissive energy I get from you is what's gonna seal the deal for me to invest my time and my effort and everything into this. So yeah, I want to see it from the jump. Like I want to see like any other audition. I want to see if you right for the part, if you can play the part. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like it. So, but a lot of women, they look at it as like, you gotta earn this submission. I don't think y'all understand how much of a turnoff that is for a man. Conditional submission. It's a turnoff.
But why would I be submissive to somebody that I just started dating? I don't know if this is going to matriculate into anything.
Because you want to be, if you want things to go forward,
but we don't.
That's how they go forward.
I don't know if you really like me like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure out if I really like you like that. You know?
Well, I mean, there's different levels of submission. Like I said, you're not giving them your social security number or nothing, but just little stuff that you do, even on our second, third, fourth.
Like letting him decide.
Little ways that you move, little ways that you reply to things, or like little stuff that you do, that's everything to a dude. But a lot of us, when we get that conditional submission, a lot of times when we finally do get it out of y'all, we got a level of resentment because we had to do so much to get it. And that's why I say it's a turnoff. Like, I want to see that you're, like I said, if you're naturally submissive and feminine like that, that's not something you can turn off. It's who you are.
See, I think we all have different levels of being submissive, though. So, and I think that's where the lines become blurred. But I'll read some more of these comments. Babe said, "You single, ma, that's different. You not in this talk, LOL." Babe said, damn a girl that don't cook or clean, red flag. Mr. Pope said, doesn't matter if we follow the word. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loves the church, and women do also. None of this would not be a problem because love would overcome it. I like that, Mr. Pope. Babe said, facts, 1985. Babe said, for real, why you with him if he beats your ass? What the hell? There are some women that stay for the comforts and convenience of... There are some women that... Okay, can we have a real conversation for real on this Good Friday? There are some women that are not out here looking for love. Okay? They're not. They're looking for stability. They're looking for a protector and a provider. They don't care about the love part. You can miss them when it comes to love. They are looking for somebody that can financially take care of them. It is what it is. So yeah, that's probably why they would say, because this man is taking care of them. Rashad said, Didi made a good point. We have to define leadership. We're going to have a whole leadership next week. We're going to have a whole leadership topic to see what this leadership stuff is that you men keep talking about. And Mama said, and I worked as well. No. I'm so serious, 1985. I want to have a whole conversation about leadership. What does that look like? Because I think all of us got different definitions of what leadership looks like.
Okay, you watch basketball?
Uh-huh.
There's 12 players on the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
If LeBron is on the team, who the leader?
LeBron.
So if LeBron is on the team, who calling the plays?
LeBron.
If LeBron is on the team, who is making sure everybody getting to practice and getting their reps in right?
LeBron. I'm just gonna keep saying LeBron.
And also, if LeBron is on the team and the team lose, who take all the blame?
LeBron.
That's leadership.
Okay. I somewhat understand what you talk about, but you might have to, because I got some ladies who don't watch basketball on here, give another analogy next week. Babe said, I thought women always paid bills and went grocery shopping and the man gives the money to do so. Not all women pay the bills. There are some men that pay their own bills. But Mama was the one that held down my household. Babe said, yeah, Mama was the one. She paid all the bills. Well, my mom did that. So paid the bills, but my pops gave her all the money to do it. Yeah, my dad would give her the money. She would make sure the checks got cut so that the bills could get paid. And then dad made sure, like, if he wanted to buy a car, he brought a car. He was the one that made the decisions when it came to that. If we were going to take a family vacation, things like that. Rashad said, leadership without resistance is dictatorship. Ooh, Rashad, how you going to say something like that and not get on here? 1985. I don't know if he's probably checking on his son. We're going to come back to that. Leadership without resistance is dictatorship. That's what they really want. Rashad. Y'all just want us to fall in line. Like good little women. Fall in line. Don't say nothing. Be cute and stand there. And just take whatever we dish out. That's what this really is about. Good luck dating black women. I'm sorry. Most black women ain't going for that shit. Super Pat said facts. 1985, did you hear what I said? Okay.
About what you said?
Rashad said, leadership without resistance is dictatorship.
That's dictatorship?
That's what he said. Mama said, I agree, Rashad. And shut the F up is always a trigger. Yes. Telling somebody we already talked about this. Telling somebody to shut the F up is fighting words. Where I come from. Fighting.
Who doing that, though?
No, there's some people that have that be disrespectful and tell you to shut the fuck up in relationships. Oh yeah. It has happened, 1985. It has happened.
I mean, that's the wrong leader.
That's the wrong leader if they're telling you to shut the F up. So, if a man says shut the F up, I'm just supposed to sit there and take it. I'm just asking for a friend.
No, you're not supposed to.
Right. Not supposed to say nothing. Not supposed to respond.
No, you're not. No, you're not supposed to. Yeah, you good. Not, you're not supposed to not say nothing. I mean, I wouldn't even talk like that's not how I get down.
I don't think anybody should be talking like that. Again, those are fighting words where I come from.
I mean, a lot of stuff, like a lot of these relationships be toxic, man. A lot of stuff be happening. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, and that's on both sides. A lot of yo mama bitch and throwing skillets and plates and busting car windows and you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff happens. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why somebody would raise their voice and stuff like that. But like I said, I mean, I'm not talking about dictatorship as much as I'm talking about, like I said, if we got a company and there's a board,
Maddie,
anybody who don't sit on the board and doesn't have a risk to lose if the company loses, they shouldn't have an opinion.
I'm Adam.
You know what I'm saying? So if it now, like I said, if you don't have equity in the situation,
hold on, Rashad, mute yourself.
How do you feel like you should be able to call shots?
See, I gotta.
If you got equity, if this thing burned down and we both lose, yeah, you got it.
You said that yesterday too, 1985 with this equity thing. You put value on what somebody does for you.
Value on what somebody does?
Your comment.
I put value on companionship.
Your comment yesterday, you was like, well, if I'm serving them more of a purpose than they are to me, then that means I'm adding more value. Something of that sort you said yesterday. See, then that means I'm adding more.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, do you think that it's fun for a dude to come into your life and then just start paying your bills? And like that's money he could be using for his own trips, his own passions, his own hobbies. He like that's not fun. So if a dude come in and to come with that, right? Like you don't want to go to the car dealership and spend $200,000 on a '92 Honda Accord. You know what I'm saying? If you spend $200,000, you want the Ferrari, you want the GPS, you want the fully loaded kit. If I'm spending that, right? It seems like everywhere else in life we look for the most bang for our buck, but in relationships, you're supposed to just accept. Like what? That's not how it works.
Yeah. Okay, let me read some more comments, and then Rashad, I'm gonna get your response. Babe said, LOL, Home Depot. Mama said, he's saying be agreeable more than submissive. Is that what you're saying, 1985? Be agreeable more than submissive?
Agreeable, compliant, smooth, easygoing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And then Super Pat said,
soft, sweet.
Super Pat said, then women... Well, you know that's not going to happen. Now I'm just joking. Super Pat said, then women should stop saying you want a man to lead. Baby, we've been stopped saying that, okay? Ever since you be throwing it in our faces. We've been stopped. Nah, I'm just joking. Well, y'all should stop asking to be leaders then. I'm just saying. Babe said, there's only one definition of leadership. What you mean? And Mama said, some women... stay because a man has destroyed her self-confidence and has her thinking she can't survive without him. And that part too, Mama. Babe laughing. Rashad said, there's no one definition itinerary for leadership. Babe said, I heard it from a lot of females. They tell ninjas that all day. Grab your sister. LOL, they better have their brothers who really love to fight. Who can't both sides bring certain values. Well, Baby saying he heard a lot of females say, shut the F up. But you should not be telling another person you're in a relationship to shut the F up. Like, I feel like that's the ultimate disrespect. But Rashad, I want you to respond to 1985 and this resistance dictatorship thing.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, bro. I mean, you using words like compliant. Nigga, I'm just like, what do you think you're going to get when that's your frame of mind, man? It's in a relationship.
No, what you think I mean by compliant?
Dude, do you know who uses that type of phrasing when it comes to leadership?
Who, Trump?
No, I'm not saying compliant as far as do what I say, bark like a dog. I'm saying compliant as far as if we're in a scenario, like run with the flow. Don't make me have to explain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying like do what I say or whatever. I'm saying just be compliant with a situation. I'm compliant in situations. You know what I'm saying?
So here's the thing. Let me help you out. Erase that from your vocabulary if you're not trying to fight. Because no one is going to say compliant as a good, that's not going to be a positive statement. And so from one brother to the other, let me just help you out. No, that shit ain't, if you say that to anybody, you're going to continue to fight, right? And so let's talk about leadership.
So how come when you go to work and your boss wants you to be compliant, there's no...
Listen, so here's the deal. Because there's a different level of expectation when you're at work. Your boss is saying, do what I tell you to do. And so if in your relationship, you're trying to say, do what I tell you to do, then you're using the right word. But if you're not trying to say, do what I tell you to do, you need to find a different word because that's not what you're meaning. I'm hearing what you're saying. I don't think compliant is what you mean because compliant means...
Okay, you know what? What's a better word than compliant? What I guess I'm trying to mean is be a cultural fit.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know this work environment we're in is a professional environment. Be compliant. Don't wear jean shorts in here. Don't come to work with your do-rag on. Don't just be like...
But once again, when you're
talking... Not the person.
But when you're talking about compliant, you're talking about rules. There are no rules in relationship. You don't have rules, right? There's understandings. Because to say a rule is set means that one person has authority over the other.
Yeah.
Nobody has authority over anybody, man, because both of you guys are in this together. And one of the things that you were talking about as far as women listening to men, look, you got a lot of, first off, you got a lot of dumb niggas out here, right? And so sometimes that's why it's a challenge for women to listen to their man when he's talking about dumb shit. Now, even men that have their shit together, we are not always right. So we have to be willing to listen to our partner just in case she's giving some insight that we haven't considered. When a woman is speaking her mind and she sees that her man considers what she's saying, she will sooner end the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But if a woman is speaking her mind and she hits a rebuttal, then that's when her emotion turns up.
Yep.
So the one thing that we don't talk about when it comes to handling women and how they respond to us, we don't talk about how we respond to them.
Clock that taper, Sean.
100% when it comes to leadership, the best example
a leader know how to follow.
But the best example of a leader is a servant leader.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to understand that I don't have all the answers. So now this goes back to Didi.
Yeah.
When you are a man that understands how to follow and how to listen, some women take that as weakness and they take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And so that is when we talk about women will ruin a good man because they say they want things. And when you find it, the problem is that they don't know how to go back and acquiesce. They don't know how to go back and be in that submissive role that they keep saying. If I find a man that'll lead the way I need him to, I'll submit. What happens when you find it and then you don't submit?
Right.
So that's kind of where your boy is coming from on here. He's just, it's his communication is just a little, I don't want to say off, but it's how he's communicating.
Yeah, because
I hear what he's saying. Right?
Mama said compliance is not the best word to use.
Yeah, 100%. But once again, now watch this though. I had a conversation with him about it, and he understood. And then he was like, you know what? This is a better way to communicate that.
That's what I said, cultural fit. Right. Yeah, that's a strong word.
That shows that he is willing. That shows that he's willing to accept the fact that I don't have to be right about everything.
Yeah.
But if you give me a compelling argument, I'll consider it.
Yeah.
But But if you just fussing for the sake of fussing, no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to that shit because I'm trying to give you rationalization and you're giving me emotion. That butts heads every time. So, once again, the only point that I'm making for both sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
There has to be an element of understanding, compassion, and communication on all parties.
Yeah.
The issue is that normally one party is more willing to understand that than the other, regardless if it's men or women. And when you have a situation like that, you don't have a healthy relationship. That's the only point.
All right, now you better preach to the choir, preach to the folks in the back. What's happening? What's that? Rashad been gone for a whole 2 weeks and then came back on here preaching. Wait a minute now. Babe said these YN couples toxic. Superpad said preach 1985. Babe said man up. That sounds soft. There should be rules. Babe said respect each other is a rule. And Mama said just say agreeable. But Babe said I get it. And the D Bonna Air Square said facts. And Mama said, I don't think 1985 thinks he should not be in control. And then Superpass said, some women don't know when to be quiet. Stop guessing your man on everything. Wait a minute now, Superpad. Yes, we do know how to be quiet. And then I could, see, and I ain't going to do it. Because then I could say, because some of y'all don't know how to lead. That's why we ain't quiet. But I ain't going to go tit for tat. Because then Rashad going to be like, this is not a competition. I see you over there, Rashad. And Pat said, Rashad, I agree with you.
Now it's time for communion.
Go on, take that communion. Hey, Foxy Pat. Pat said he agrees with you, though, on what you just said. And Babe said, yeah. I don't know. We just got a lot of work to do. I definitely do want to talk about get into leadership, though, next week and submission. I want to get into that and what that looks like because I think we got different definitions of what a submissive woman looks like. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to talk about that. And hopefully you guys can still hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Because I got a phone call. Because I want to talk about that. Because I think we get confused on what is submission. What does that look like? So, especially when it comes for you, because maybe some women don't know. Maybe that's why they can't be submissive. Because maybe they don't know what that looks like. Rashad is one person, but we got millions of other women. Rashad is one person on here.
I told you too.
You too, people. There are millions of other women out here who might not know what submission is and what that looks like.
If they don't know what submission is, they're not submissive. It's a personality trait.
But understand this, Didi. The point that you're making is accurate. There are only certain people that I'm going to reach. There's only certain people that got you to reach. I guarantee you can reach more women than we can.
I doubt it.
The conversation, hear me out. The conversation is that the women that understand it, y'all got to get together, have these dialogues, and then figure out how to get it to the other ones that don't. It has to be a concerted effort, just like, and I tell you all the time, I have conversations with men about accountability all the time. And I have these conversations in my circles to start off with the people that are closest to me. And as we have these conversations, some things we agree on, some things we don't agree on, but at the end of the day, we have an understanding at the end of it. Once we have what that understanding looks like, that's when we go out to the people that are under our influence. Mm-hmm. And we have these conversations. That is the way that we get past all of these relationship issues. Because I told you, we are all wanting the same thing, and we are all scarred from the same things. Everybody out here is hurt to some degree. Everybody out here has had some element of being let down and all of these other things that they don't know how to effectively communicate with another person that's been hurt as well. So when you're ineffectively communicating with somebody that has the same hurt and pain as you, it comes out as combativeness. So how do I end it? You gotta stop competing.
Yeah. Pat said,
we ended every time. Because that's the response. That's the answer.
Pat said, Rashad, can't wait. I get off. I'm going to be doing the same thing you on. 1985, Mama said, we will not comply. LOL. Super Pat said, I told you to. Yes, you did. Okay, y'all told me, but I'm one person, okay? I'm still working on what I got to work on. And
Mama needs to comply. Mama needs to comply. She needs some compliance in her life. You know, too far left. You need some compliance, Mama. I say every day for everybody else but you. You need to comply.
Why she need to comply, Rashad? Mama said 1985. You should get a dog. He will comply, obey, be obedient, and submissive. Yeah, I think some of y'all need dogs. Y'all don't want nobody to talk. Next, just shut up and take it. What, Rashad? Rashad, you over there feeling good. I'm over here like you over here feeling good.
I did my preaching. Now it's time for the benediction. Is there one?
If you got any tithes and offering for Brother Rashad, go on, give me your cash app, Brother Rashad. But no, we do got a lot of work to do. I want to go back to what we were originally talking about. I don't want to make this a competition thing, but I do feel like it's both women and female that it just depends on the person. Will place their happiness on hold for whoever is in their household, you know? So I don't think it's just a one-sided thing. Mama said ain't no complying unless he paying all the bills. Are you going for real comply, Mama? I gotta ask Mama this. Mama, are you for real gonna comply?
She ain't gonna comply.
If,
she ain't gonna comply.
If they pay.
One of them that's she gonna say it up front. And as soon as you start paying all the bills, she gonna still have that mouth. Oh, just because you pay all the bills, you think I ain't got no say so. It's gonna turn into that. I already know, Mama. See? Look at it.
Does that equate, because somebody pays all the bills, does that equate to them being able to say and do whatever they want?
Let me show you the hypocrisy in this, right?
What up, the life of gay?
Your mama she just said, Mama ain't complying unless he's paying all the bills.
Mm-hmm.
And then we said, okay, when he starts paying the bills, now you're going back to, well, even if he paid the bills, I still shouldn't have to do it. That's not what you just said.
Is that what she said? I didn't see that.
He just said, Mama ain't complying unless
I saw that part.
That's my point. And so now you saying, but even if you're paying all the bills, should we really still have to comply?
No, I'm asking her that question. Would she really comply? Mama's submissive. No. Because I want to defend my mama. Mama's submissive already. Mama's a good one. Okay? Mama's a good one. Don't do that to my mama, Rashad. She is a good one. She is submissive for the right man. Because I know 1985 says, "How do we shut it off and on?" But mama, she will be submissive for the right man. She goes above and beyond. My mama does above and beyond for everybody and anybody.
Okay, so she just coming over here giving me a hard time. Got it.
Well, don't play victim now. Just like she gonna say, don't play victim now.
Hey, I'm not playing victim. I'm just stating the facts. Because the woman that you're describing, I ain't seen her nowhere here in the comments. Nowhere in the comments.
Well, typing can be deceiving. Okay, she's a different person off IG. And if she like you and she fool with you, mama gonna be submissive.
Because I guarantee you, I definitely make mama submissive.
Oh God, Rashad, is that liquor talking? Is that the liquor talking, Rashad?
Submissive and compliance.
Mama said she said she would. She said, I will listen, not comply.
Yes, you would, Mama.
The real life, okay? What are your thoughts? And then we're gonna hop off here. Super Pad, don't you do it. Don't you do it, Super Pad. Don't act like you shocked. Don't act like you don't know. I can't. You know, Mama. But no, Mama is submissive. I would not lie to you. Like, I got my upbringing from her, so Mama is a good one. She is submissive. And Mama said to you, 1985, you need to get you a dog that will obey you and comply.
You know what? Nah, I work in corporate. Like I'm working right now. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's not the right word, or that's just very strong of a word. Because what I mean by compliance is, like I said, being a cultural fit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, it's hard for people to be a cultural fit and kind of and read the room and blend and vibe. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times. So I don't mean, I said, not bark like a dog, whatever, not compliant from that standpoint, but just from the standpoint of like, be easy to kick it with. I don't want to have to like kick you in the gear. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, already be cool. Be some. A lot of times, you ever? I'll ask you this question. You ever had a homegirl who like, for some reason, she always falling out with people. And like whenever you talk to her, she like, well, I don't talk to Tiffany no more. And so what happens is
I'm the homegirl. Stop talking about me.
So look, that's why I
What
say,
up,
like,
Fred?
Hold on,
it's okay.
Cultural fit is like, okay, all these fallouts. If you fell out with all these people, what's the common denominator?
I guess it'd be me then.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. I don't mean compliance like a dog. I mean cultural fit. Like be somebody that people want you to be around. They don't
Right.
feel like, oh, here she comes. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Don't be a Debbie Downer, okay? What up, friend?
Yo, what's up?
You back on that comedy road again, huh?
No, I'm back home in LA right now.
Okay.
And I want to say two things. Number one, I love the conversations y'all be having on here.
Oh, thank you.
I can't wait to see this formally. Well, that's I have three things. Number two.
Okay.
My favorite part is how deep Rashad's voice gets. You really want to make a point. I'm gonna make you comply, and you gonna listen.
Hey, watch it. Wait. As soon as I said that, what is she putting on me? As soon as I said that, what is she putting on me?
I want to know if you teach a class what to do with your voice. It's like voice lessons, but for like manhood. Because it was the way you did it. Immediately, Sarah in the comments was like, "I'm gonna listen and comply," and I was like, "How you do that?" How you did that? It's a skill that I don't have. Like my voice been doing this since high school. So I had to learn how to tell jokes. But what you did was impressive. Number three, I just want to say this a part of the conversation because I think this is not said enough. I don't think that people have acquired the skill of how to share their own values and personality, and they have not acquired the skill of being able to converse on what they're growing in. So we are not ever able to have like transparent conversations about what we expect, what we want, but also things that we need to unlearn in our ability to create a life together. So like, if you did grow up with values or people like, I think we lost the ability to be like, hey, I've never been around a relationship or a marriage or man or a woman that I respect. So like, hey, I'm learning all of this for the first time. Like, and I don't have the voice to say this in the right way. But like, it took me a long time to be like, hey, I've never been around a marriage I respect. So like, hey, I need some grace while I figure this out. I need some grace while I learn this. And I think until we're able to like communicate some of those things, we're going to find ourselves like passing morals and passing expectations that sometimes we have an inability to communicate.
Yeah.
So Rashad, if you could communicate that, I really appreciate that. You could just say that over with the Merry Christmas from the Temptations.
Merry Christmas. Where you didn't hit the last part.
To your point, one of the reasons why we have such a hard time being able to communicate those areas of growth that you were talking about is because we have run into so many people that take our vulnerability and weaponize it. We have run run into so many times that the one time that I'm trying to be transparent, I gotta hear that shit a month later.
Oh,
Wait a minute. That's what, because you ain't had no fucking dad in the house. That's what it was. God damn it. I was trying to bond with you, and you use that against me. And so you're 100% correct in that. And that's one of the reasons why I talk about the fact that we have to be willing to openly communicate and not harbor feelings, because we have always been in defense. I'm going to take it a step back real quick. Our ancestors have always had to fight. The people that came after them have always had to fight. We have always had to fight. Our children have always had to fight. So it's innate for us to gather data and figure out how to use it for our benefit at some point.
yeah.
And that's what happens in relationships. It's like we listen to all of this shit. It's like, all right, just in case, the significant other goes here, this is what I'm gonna do with what I've just learned. And sometimes that comes out, and when that does, there's more irreparable damage that's done.
Yeah.
So here's the other side of that, though. And I think I'm only saying this because this is what I'm learning.
Sure.
For myself. That my intention is not your experience.
Ooh.
So even in my intention to try to communicate, it doesn't mean that I'm doing it in an effective way. Like there are times where I had to sit back and be like, I am really upset from an expectation that I did not clearly communicate.
Ooh.
And that's not like gender specific on any side. It's just person to person. Like, just the ability to be like, hey, I just want somebody that's cool. It's like, all right, that means a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like, hey, somebody who could submit. Like, okay, what does that mean? Like, I want someone who is financially stable. All right, does that mean making a lot of money? What are our priorities? Like,
Yeah.
I want to, it matters to me to be able to donate to my community, to spend time, to invest in my community, not just with money, but with time. If we can't discuss that in a practical, solid way, if it's just a surface like, hey, if you make $100,000, $200,000, it's great. If that's what financially stable is to you, that's cool. But like, there's more to that statement than just what we use these words, but we never discuss what they actually mean.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, what does it
Yeah.
mean? Like, I want somebody that I can kick it with. It's like, all right, well, kicking it is a lot different for different people. Like,
Yeah.
what are your actual expectations for this word?
Yeah.
When you like somebody, we can kick it. Kick it. Like, we just mean the same thing. Let's get to the nuts and bolts of it, though. Like, I want my children to go to church. All right, what does that mean, though? You trying to be there 7 days a week? Or you wanna go on what does that? We gotta get to the thing, and we don't have time. I don't have time to waste. Like, let's talk through these buzzwords and get to a place where, hey, let's make a mature decision. I like you, but this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier. When it
100%.
comes to interpretation is understood through communication. And
Right.
if you're not in a relationship with somebody that you can sit down and unplug with just to go through the definition of what you think XYZ means, then it's going to be hard to get to the point that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Both people have to be in a certain space in their minds to be able to address that. So you're 100% correct.
All right, and I'll be coming on just to have some fun. So, does anybody have stories of somebody they dated who just didn't get it?
1985, I saw your face. 1985, I saw your face like, man. What do you mean by just didn't get it? Like, didn't get what?
What's the worst communication you ever had with somebody?
I got a perfect example right now.
Okay.
Watch this. Perfect example. I'm out here in Vegas. I'm out here with my guy. Okay, he's the Black Jose.
Uh-oh. Oh, God. Not, you mean F.A.?
Nope.
Oh.
This guy right here.
Hey.
Yeah, hey.
Why was you so ready to put your shades down?
Hey.
Not Bobby V.
And so we
I'm not messing with you today,
down
Kat.
here, and he has a friend down here, and she let us use her car, right?
Oh,
She let
nice.
us use her car, and we went out. We got something to eat, and we got full yesterday. And so he came back to her after the time that he
Oh,
said
God.
that he would go,
She was at work.
hey, she was working at first, but she got home and she was looking at the clock.
She works from home.
She works from home. So the bottom line, he came back after the time. He came back full and said, matter of fact,
Wait a minute. You done had this girl's car all damn day out gallivanting.
Storytelling classes, all right.
Wait a minute. You done had this woman car all.
It's crazy.
You done had this woman car all day out gallivanting.
So we were gonna go somewhere around 6 o'clock. She was going, and so, but me and Rashad was out kicking it, getting something to eat. We went by this wonderful place, and we got food. Like literally, that itis hit us, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna take you back to the hotel. I'm gonna drop her car off. I'll be back. So I did that. Got to her house. So after she was like, oh, I'm still working, whatever. I fall asleep.
Mm.
And that's about 7:30. So I wake up about 12. I wasn't supposed to fall asleep that long. So at this time, I am trying now. I'm like, I'm up now because now I'm on Texas time. And so she goes into me. Y'all niggas went to this place and got all this eating. Your ass coming over and stuff didn't give me nothing. I had to go get a biggie bag. You used my card, drove up all my gas out.
And you didn't get her nothing to eat? You are not right for that.
No, hold on, no, we did not. Cause he was in the car too.
Wait a minute. How'd you get in this?
Oh, no, don't do him like that.
Right.
Don't do that man like that. Don't,
You know,
put that on him.
we old school. When you get a whooping, your brother get a whooping too.
He said we. Like he's speaking French over here. We didn't get her nothing to eat.
We
We.
had to fill her car back up.
Why you didn't get that woman nothing to eat though? For real, for real.
And I told her, I was like, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was on selfish mode.
that food was so good, man.
What y'all eat? What y'all eat?
We had something called a Nola bird. It was a stuffed turkey with jambalaya rice,
That sounds
a
good.
cream cheese sauce, and some crawfish.
Ooh.
All over
And
it.
she was eating that Wendy's burger mad.
I would have been eating that damn burger man too.
Hey, she got stuck with a 4 for 4. And all I gotta say, hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Now I don't never wanna hear not none one of you on here talk about men's happiness when your friend over here chose his happiness. He chose his happiness.
I held myself accountable and said, I'm sorry.
That's right.
I apologize.
No.
My mind was in vacation mode.
No, see, an apology would have been for you to.
Vacation mode.
My apology would have been for you to bring a plate.
This what it looked like.
Ah! And it look good. You know you wrong. You know you wrong.
Hey, so now picture that next to a 4 for 4.
Y'all are not. Okay, that's what I said. I don't want to hear nothing about no men's happiness. He chose his happiness.
And this how it ended up.
Ooh! And you didn't bring her back nothing. No leftovers, no chicken scratch, no
So, at the end of the
nothing.
day, we'll have an opportunity to make it right when we take our car again today.
Oh! And she gonna let you. But you talk about
How you
women.
gonna clap after you say that?
Right.
That's gonna happen.
But 1985, women don't go above and beyond though, right?
So it is done.
Hey, you're right.
1985, but women don't go above and beyond, huh? She letting this man use his car again, day 2.
She gonna give us that car because she's gonna be compliant. She's gonna be compliant on that one.
Oh God. Mama said she loves you, Rashad. You my internet husband. That's what Mama said, Rashad. Rashad, you heard me?
We love you too, Mama.
But I think the point was what? Miscommunicated?
Yeah, Yeah, miscommunication. So the miscommunication was he wasn't back at the time that he was supposed to be. And so that kind of messed up his 12 o'clock rendezvous that he thought he had coming. He left a certain part of that out. So when he woke up, he's feeling kind of, Randy.
Not Randy. Not Randy, bruh. Mama said, Mama said, sorry, don't work. Cut it out. LOL.
Oh, see? So all she wanted was a turkey leg. So now he's aware. See what that communication does? Now we know how to handle it. Wherever we go, we make sure we bring some food back. And everybody's good. She gonna get your turkey leg.
Shut your mouth in the background. Shut your mouth in the background. I know what you meant by that. Shush. Okay? Y'all are over here clowning. You see what you done started?
No, that was great. That was great.
1985, you got a story? You got a story you want to share about miscommunication?
Miscommunication. I think, I mean, you know what? I do, but I can't do it.
It's okay. You don't got to share it. It's cool.
That's fair.
Yeah, you don't got to share it. I'm trying to think of a story about some miscommunication. Oh, I got a story of miscommunication, but it was purposely miscommunication. About the time I sent this guy to the Hawks game because he had pissed me off, but he really didn't have no Hawks tickets.
Wait, what?
I sent a guy to a Hawks game, but there was no Hawks tickets for him because he had made me mad. He said he didn't want to be bothered with me. So we had planned this Hawks date, right? I had got tickets from my job. And I was like, you know what? We don't got to go together. I was like, you invite your homeboy, tell your homeboy, y'all going to the Hawks game, da-da-da. The ticket's going to be at will call. So he tells his homeboy, yeah, we go to the Hawks game, da-da-da-da-da. They get down there to the will call, da-da-da, we get Hawks tickets. Go to will call, gives his name not pulling up. Guess who he called? Me. Guess who was at the Hawks game? Me. Guess who was outside looking in? He. So it wasn't really miscommunication because I did it on purpose. But yeah. Why are you looking at me like? Don't look at me like that. You're looking at me like you're judging me. Don't judge me. Yeah, I did it.
Is that and that's how y'all broke up?
Yeah, we never spoke after that again. He was like, oh, I see what you did. Ha 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 ha. He thought it was funny, but he didn't think it was funny. Oh, he was big mad. Ha! You brought your mans to a Hawks game, thinking you was going to the Hawks game. Had tickets at will call. All to get duped. So yeah, I did it. Pat said, damn, Didi. Yeah.
I'm not going to hold you. That might be one of the top 10 most cutthroat stories I've ever heard.
Thank you. Do you know? Thank you. I take pride in that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, I did. I did. Thank you. I take pride in that.
You sitting there talking about me. You sitting there talking about me and all my stuff, and then here you come with this.
That was the old Didi. I'm a new person now, okay? New things, okay? That's the old Didi. That's how old Didi used to be. Oh, she used to be ruthless, okay? She used to be ruthless and relentless with these men. You want to go play games? You better go play with somebody else. Go play where it's safe.
So,
Go play with them. Good Lord.
I said go play where it's safe.
You text them and told them. I have so many questions. You text them and told them, hey, your name's going to be at will call.
Yes.
And did you make up a fake screenshot?
Oh, yeah. I screenshotted the tickets, but not like the part where you scan the tickets. Yeah, nah. See, these are the tickets. Got them. Meet me at will call. Yeah, meet me down there. Yeah, go bring your friend. Y'all go have fun. I don't even want to go. You guys go have a time. And I was at the Hawks game. Mama said, how about the time we did a whole setup? He thought he was me. Yeah, me and Mama. Yeah. Oh, you want to hear the details? This Mama's story. So my mom was dating this guy, right? And she wanted to see if he was talking to other people. So she gave me his number and had me call him. So I called him like and played like, okay, yeah, we met at the club. I met you. You had this. I don't remember how all of it went, but we basically set him up. So he was gonna meet me, thinking he was meeting some girl, and my mama ended up the person he was gonna meet, and he ran. He ran. 1985 said this is not funny. Yeah, he ran. Yeah, me and mama, we cold blooded, baby. Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all are cold.
You know what? I feel like I'm a good person, so when you do some F-ish to me, then I only see blood, but that was me back in the day. I see vengeance, and vengeance will be mine.
You ran a 2-man catfish with your mom.
I did.
Yo,
I did.
That's next level.
That I've done it, but it didn't stop there. I did it with an ex too. Set his ass up on Instagram because he was thirsty. So I was like, I did a whole profile with a girl. I know 1985 was like, you crazy. With a girl, we were actually DMing back and forth. I was like, okay, let's meet at Applebee's. Met at Applebee's, get into Applebee's or whatever. Walk up to the bar. He over at the bar thinking he about to meet somebody new. He over here kiki kaka. Pulled up on him, tapped on his shoulder like, hey, how you doing? He was like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Got him.
Man, y'all got the coldest like investigation skills when it come to like social media or like tracking down or like I got trauma from previous like really I'll say in the last 10, 12 years, every girl I've talked to has gone through my phone at some point.
Why do they think you're guilty?
I don't even think it's about thinking that I'm guilty. I think it's just like an impulse they can't not do.
Yeah, see, I used to be that girl that used to go through the phones. I don't do that anymore because I just feel like at this point, at this stage in my life, at this big age, whatever you're doing, God is going to reveal and it'll come to the light. And trust me, losing me is going to be way bigger of a loss than anything you can imagine. So carry on with your life.
Nah, yeah, I ain't never. I'm like, what's that Mario Whining song? I don't want to know.
I get it.
Whatever in the dark will come to the light, but I'm not about to go through your phone.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. A lot of times your phone is the only thing you have where you got some privacy.
That's it.
So if I go through that, that's gonna mess up the relationship. I might see some stuff I can't unsee. You know what I mean?
And then, text messages can be misconstrued too. You could be texting like somebody and be like, yeah, and then the person takes it the wrong way. So, Mama said I went through the call log before. LOL. I mean, I've been through phones before. Have you been through phones? No.
I've never once gone through a phone. Never once in my life.
Yeah.
Even if you go to the bathroom and you leave your phone on the table, I'll flip it over face down.
See, and Mama, she's a big advocate of she don't like people that flip their phones. She feels like you got something to hide when you flipping your phone.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want nothing. I'll flip your phone over, put it in another. If you doing dirt, it'll come out. But
yeah, that's how I feel.
I'm about to go through your phone, man.
Yeah.
I gotta run. This is great.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
What's up,
We're back at it on Monday, 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central. I couldn't get the times because I'm back in Atlanta. Rashad, have fun out there in the H-Town. 1985. Thank you. Eventually we'll meet because I'm in these ATL streets again. So, all right, y'all. Monday. See y'all. Have a good weekend. All right, Twitchery. Thank you.